Alright guys, this is Andrew and welcome back to another Overwatch video. Today we'll be talking about Torbjorn. Yeah, Torbjorn, man. He's sort of like a guilty pleasure of mine. I actually do enjoy playing him, though unfortunately there are not that many situations that he's all that great in. I mean, don't get me wrong, he can be pretty useful in some defense favored maps, and his gun is actually pretty damn awesome. But in general, man, you're probably better off picking someone else. But they did add some nice changes to Torbjorn. I don't know. I don't want to say they're like enough to make him viable, but they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice. And by viable, guys, I just mean like he isn't that great in a lot of situations. Sure, there are niche situations where he's very, very viable, but there are also arguably more situations where he's not. Anyways, Torbjorn received a number of changes. Most notably, his scrap is no longer solely dependent on drops. In fact, he can regenerate quite a bit of it, so it kind of gives Torbjorn a bit of an armor pack sort of consistency feeling, if you know what I mean. Because you no longer have to rely on things dying to actually produce armor for your teammates. It's a net buff in my opinion. I mean, just being able to create scrap without having to have enemies die close enough for you to pick it up is pretty damn handy. That being said though, is Torbjorn now much more viable? Well, after playing him on several maps and several different modes, while his armor pack generation is much more consistent, he kind of feels pretty much the same. Like, you're not going to take this guy to attack on a certain map or even King of the Hill just, yeah, he's not bad per se, it's just like he's not great in a lot of situations. And I know a lot of people will say, well, Candy, he's a defense hero, of course he's only supposed to be good at defense. But the thing is if that was true, we would only be picking offensive heroes for offense. But we're seeing that a lot of the offensive heroes are being picked over defensive heroes at defensive roles. Like, they just simply, I don't want to say outclass the defensive heroes at what they do, but they get the job done. I mean, they put damage on the enemies, they hold points, they kill enemies, they do the job very, very well. The fact that his scrap and his armor packs can self-regenerate now does help to a certain degree, but it's not going to make that big of a difference to the point where you're suddenly going to see attack Torbjorn in like every single match, you know what I mean? He can build his turrets a bit faster now, which I guess it's nice, right? It's nice, but the problem is once they start taking damage, that takes up a swing, right? You have to repair the turret back up to full health before you can start upgrading it. And, you know, each tick of health that you regenerate is a swing of the hammer. And quite honestly, if you're trying to upgrade your turret while your turret's getting shot at, 99.99% of the time, you just can't out-heal and out-repair the damage coming in. It just doesn't work out in your favor. Let alone upgrading it, you know. I think one of the biggest problems with Torbjorn's turret is the fact that even if you were trying to be sneaky, right, and you got behind the enemy lines and you're like, alright, I'm behind them, I'm going to set up a turret, upgrade to level 2, then ultimate, and just wipe them all while they don't even see me. That would be an amazing idea if the level 1 turret could just stop shooting at enemies. If you guys don't know, once you deploy a turret, it will start automatically shooting at enemies, and it doesn't do that much damage. Like, it honestly does not do that much damage, so all it really does is kind of tap the shoulder of all of the enemies, telling them, hey, we're setting up right here, come have at it, you know? So I think it would be a great change, and this is kind of like one of the changes I would love to see with Torbjorn, is if you could decide when your turret would shoot. Like, have a hotkey or something where you can toggle it on and off, you know, have the turret off while you're setting up, and then switch it on to maximum when you have your ultimate ready if you want to go for that sneaky behind the enemy lines play. I think that would be fantastic and kind of help give Torbjorn that flexibility he needs to be a lot better in a lot more situations, you know. Another idea I had, and this is probably a little bit more out there, I don't know, maybe some of you guys may not like this idea, but Torbjorn's problem, or at least one of the big problems with Torbjorn's design, is this idea of like a stationary defense, right? I mean, and not only stationary, but it takes a while to set up. Like, at least Bastion, even though he is stationary, he can set up pretty quickly and do some damage, and, you know, Bastion isn't the best of picks at all. But my idea was that maybe if we gave Torbjorn like an option to set up a mobile turret, a weaker version of the stationary one that could only go up to level 1, only go up to level 2 if Torbjorn ults. But the turret will follow him around, sort of like a little mini tank. Will be kind of cute. And that way he does have that mobility aspect, and his gun does pretty decent damage too, so it's not like he's completely gypped. So he has these two choices of either going stationary and doing more damage to the turret for those sort of defensive holds where he gets the time to set up and find a good positioning, and he can switch to a more mobile version if he needs to go into a more offensive role, you know, have that flexibility of moving the turret without having to reset it up again. The trade-off, of course, being a massive damage reduction. Turret level 1 doesn't do that much damage at all, and level 2 is mediocre at best. Those are just sort of my ideas. Let me know yours down in the comments section below. I do enjoy Torbjorn. Like, I like playing him. As much as you guys might make fun of me for saying that, I do like playing this character. It's just, unfortunately, he's just a little too niche. And I feel like these changes, you know, the automatic generation of scraps / armor packs is great, and having the ability to build your turrets a little bit faster is also nice. From my experience, I haven't seen, you know, that much of an improvement with Torbjorn's flexibility and versatility. These changes seem to be more like playing him in the situations that he was already good at feel a little bit more consistent, which is nice, which is definitely nice. But the kind of changes that I would like to see in Torbjorn are changes that would make him more viable in a lot more different situations. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I know this is sort of a tricky line with Torbjorn because depending on which side you are on, against or with Torbjorn, he's either really annoying to play against or really underwhelming to play with. So I can tell Blizzard is going to have a tough one with, you know, making Torbjorn a little bit more balanced. And I kind of am curious to see what they do with Symmetra, because I feel like, judging on what they do with Symmetra's build, it may introduce new mechanics or ideas that could improve Torbjorn, because I feel like those two characters are pretty similar, right? They have the automated defense systems with turrets, they have the shields / armor packs to kind of bolster allied defenses. I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button for me if you will. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.